We've reached the fifth round of the FA Cup. It's time for a big night under the lights. Welcome to the Emirates FA Cup preview show. Coming up, from Conference to Premier in 10 years, the incredible rise of Luton Town.
To think where we come from in such a short space of time, it's incredible.
Maidstone United reflect on one of the great non-league cup runs.
They were history makers, they were heroes, or superheroes in the eyes of our community.
It's 65 years since Nottingham Forest won the cup. Could this be their year?
Obviously, not to have won it for so long is crazy for such a big club like Forest. And you have to dream about potentially lifting the trophy, because that's what it's all about.
And in our Cup of Nations series, we celebrate the contributions of players who've represented North and Central American countries.
A goal inside 5 minutes, and it's come from the United States of America.
10 years ago, Luton Town resided in the fifth tier of English football. Their journey from non-league to Premier League over the past decade has been quite remarkable.
Luton Town ensured their presentation party started in style by beating Forest Green Rovers by 4-0 in the Conference Premier.
This is what this club has waited for, and the players have delivered it for them.
It's an amazing journey. It's something that, it's never been done before, and so many people deserve a lot of credit, and I've spoken about that a lot before. And we've got players here that have been here either throughout the whole thing or very, very close to it. Some individuals can tell a great story, but the football club as a whole, the supporters of the town have been through a lot, and to think where we come from in such a short space of time, it's incredible.
There's the final whistle! Yes! Luton Town are promoted to League One!
The manager said that was our main aim, and it wasn't really thinking about that, it was thinking about trying to get into the Championship even before we was even in League One. That was the main aim with the group of players we had. It just showed what the club, when they have that momentum and the fans behind them, they can achieve a lot.
Luton Town are going to be League One champions. There's the final whistle! It is celebration for Luton Town.
With the group of players we had, the momentum we were having, the longer the season went on, we thought it was really achievable. It was probably one of, if not the best promotion we've had here. The first season was a real battle to stay in the league, really. We had spells where we went 5, 6, 7 games without a win, and then Nathan Jones came back and really instilled a real good togetherness again, what we had previously in League One, and we stayed up on the final day.
Luton Town Football Club have today announced the appointment of Rob Edwards as their new first-team manager.
The club had been building the right way for a long time and finishing higher and higher up the league. From what I was coming from, a fairly volatile club, to somewhere where you're going to get some support and some time, and a team that's used to winning. I think there was quite a lot of things that drew me to the club, so it wasn't a difficult decision.
He's brought a real belief in ourselves and in the team, and he's pushed us onto levels that we didn't even think were possible.
In May 2023, their climb to the pinnacle of English football was completed on a momentous day at Wembley.
Yeah, it was an incredible day. Very stressful, very nerve-wracking. You know what's on the line. You feel that you don't want to let anyone down, so there's a lot of worry. But you try and enjoy it and take it all in, because you never know if it's ever going to happen again.
I was watching on the bench at the time, and I remember I could feel what the fans were feeling. It was horrible. It was like the most nervous I've ever been, watching us thinking we need to win.
Right-footed.
Amazing to win and amazing to see that sea of orange and everyone going wild. When we won the shootout, it was a stressful and emotional day, really, but one I'll never forget. We're a very diverse town, and for everyone to be out celebrating, it was really, really special. That's a day that I will never forget.
We always thought we were going to get promoted from these leagues, But then when it comes up, it seems a bit surreal that we actually are in the Premier League competing. You could see against the big teams we've played, like the Arsenals, Liverpool at home, City, we've gave a real good account of ourselves. It's just that fine margins in the final thirds and bits and bobs we just need to tidy up on.
We've had to learn and learn quickly, and we'll continue to do that every day. We've played all the big teams really, and we pushed them. But you know, we are in the league, so we should be here and we should be competing with them. But we are competing on different levels as well, and there is a realism. Our supporters know that, we know that as well, and we believe going into every game that we can get a result.
The Premier League champions have won the FA Cup, and their treble chance is still on.
In the fifth round, the Hatters were given the unenviable task of a tie with Manchester City, the most dominant force in English football over the last few years.
If you think about it, probably the best team in the world, so it'll be a tough game, yeah. If we can just play our style like we did in the league game, I'm sure we'll do well.
It'll be brilliant, really good atmosphere at the Kenny, and you know, they'll be up for it, our fans. And City, as they always are, they'll be well up for it because they want to win every competition that they're in, and they've done it once and they'll want to do it again, so yeah, it should be a really good night.
Unreal, resilience,
Inspirational,
magic,
passion,
unbelievable,
historic.
Take it all in, drink it all in. Maidstone United at the 6th tier of the English game. Their name is in the draw for the 5th round.
It's been amazing. It's just been an incredible season so far.
In round one, we played Chesham. It was going to be a tough place to go because they hadn't lost in so many games at home.
First 10 minutes we were under the cosh, obviously them being an underdog, but to get the result and obviously progress for the next round was huge.
After that result, we saw ourselves going into the second round, which was fantastic.
Barrow was again another tough game.
Yeah, it was the first league opponent at home, so we knew our home advantage would be huge.
We just need to stay in the game for as long as we could because we create chances, and when we do create those chances, can we take them?
I actually thought we gave a good count of ourselves. Myself obviously scoring at a pivotal moment.
That really lifted the boys and made us know that yes, we're in for a game and that we can actually do this.
Then Bivish scoring a hell of a goal to see us through to the next round.
This is good. Oh no, what a goal!
At the end, to see us through was just a historic moment for us all to witness. For myself, for my community back in Cameroon, how inspirational it's going to be for everyone. That's when the emotions got the better of me.
A beautiful moment. We came back into the changing room celebrating so much. It was just like for something so big that we achieved.
Gone one bigger, playing a League One opponent. We knew it was going to be tough.
Maidstone United against Stevenage here in the 3rd round of the FA Cup.
Thankfully on the day, our players took on board what we worked on.
Pretty much every minute of that game was probably special for us. I mean, from the get-go, we was on top.
When the penny arose, I had to step up to the plate.
Wasn't nervous. Was never nervous, never in doubt.
Sam Corn will step forward and score for Maidstone United. He's a shock on here at the Gallagher.
The accuracy, his precision, beat the keeper, and it was time for us to celebrate.
The full-time scenes was amazing. It just showed the appreciation from the fans.
I don't think I've had so much cuddles and people wanting pictures and that. Yeah, it was brilliant.
We ask ourselves, like, could be better than this, but it could.
When we drew Ipswich, I said, it's a fantastic draw for us.
Like the energy from the boys, it was just all positive, excitement, buzz, there was no fear.
Can we catch them on the counter? The speed of the counter was going to be important. If we do have that one opportunity, can we take it?
And the pass is brilliant, and they're in. Reynolds
everything went silent. All I could see was just the goal and the keeper. It was just pretty much tunnel vision for me.
Can he get his shot away? He should do now! Oh my word!
When Lemar dinked the keeper, I'm like, oh my days, what is going on in here?
As soon as it left my feet, I pretty much knew it was going in.
When we considered the goal to make it 1-1, to go back, to show that character, to get ourselves ahead in the game again, another fantastic break.
And a good offer here from Sam Corn. Oh yes, unbelievable!
See us go 2-1 up in front of our 4,500 fans. It was a great occasion.
High-flying championship, Ipswich Town 1, Maidstone United 2.
You could tell tired bodies, but our group of players didn't want to get, didn't want to concede.
I think I was holding everything that was possible, making the saves, landing crosses. That was one of my best performances that I had.
And they've done it! Absolutely astonishing!
It was just mind-blowing. I just remember just collapsing and then just like crying. That moment certainly is going to be one of my toughest and happiest moments that I had in football.
It's a historic moment for our football club. We're going to compete against a fantastic championship side in Coventry.
Coventry, I believe, is going to be a very, very tough game, but we have the hope, so that's the most important thing.
The magic of the cup, I mean, anything could happen on the day.
It's something that you never imagine at the start of the season, but the longer it goes on, the more you start to believe.
What's not to love about this occasion? And whatever happens, win, draw, lose, we are the winners.
Still to come, will it be a night to remember for Nottingham Forest?
There's just something special about the City Ground in the evening, with just that slight underdog mentality. I think it's going to be a really good game.
And though it's hard to believe, there are more important things to worry about than our FA Cup quiz.
It's hard when all I can think about is Rodri and John Stones and Kyle Walker at the moment. That's all that's buzzing around my head. That's all I can think about.
Good evening from the City Ground.
There's just something special about the City Ground.
It's a different ball game at home.
And Francis gets the credit. Keane is there.
It takes 1 second to score a goal.
It's in.
No wonder Forest were jubilant. Nottingham Forest had won the cup.
Having joined the club as an 8-year-old, Captain Ryan Yates is Nottingham Forest through and through, and like those before him, hopes to cement his place in history.
Being here for so long, I've seen sort of so much happen, so many ins, so many outs, managers, players. I think for me it's just, since I broke into the first team, just trying to improve and continue to improve, even though so much is changing. But now obviously I'm really enjoying it.
Lovely ball in, and Yates has put it in the back of the net.
I think just driving the right standards for high performance every single day. Sort of being one of the leaders in the dressing room, just trying to do the right things that rubs off on the players and hopefully can help us perform better on a match day and, continue to improve.
Those standards have led to Yates being tagged as a culture setter within the club. He was instrumental 2 years ago as Forest ended a 23-year top-flight hiatus.
It was what I've worked all my life for. It was a special day with a lot of special people, but no, amazing memories, and I think the first step and where the club needed to get back to where it deserves to be, and it's up to us now to grow the club even further and keep pushing the standards and driving the club further up the Premier League table.
Forest have also enjoyed highs in the Cup and are no strangers to taking down big names in recent years.
Here's a chance, and Lewis Graben is there! Nottingham Forest of the Championship. Are they about to do it again?
I just remember there were special days. Especially the game under the lights against Arsenal was a really special moment. I think obviously being in the Championship at the time, just having that underdog mentality and just going for it, really just attacking the game, and I think that really helped us with our position in the league and really believing we could play in the Premier League.
After victories over Blackpool and Bristol City, next up is a home tie with Manchester United. as they look to continue their revival under Nuno Espirito Santo.
Obviously, Steve Cooper's here for a long time, and Nuno's just come in with fresh, different ideas. And he's not been here too long, so he's still implementing them ideas into us on the training pitch every day, just driving his standards and the way he wants to go about things. It's up to us as players to really buy into that and work out what he wants us to do and what's best for the team moving forward.
The Manchester United pressure pays off.
I've watched a lot of Man United. Obviously, fantastic team, brilliant individuals. Giving them a lot of space and time to dictate the play is not what we need to do. I think we need to be like we did in the Premier League game at home. We need to be very aggressive. They're superb on transitions, especially through Bruno Fernandes and Rashford on the break. So, if they do play, it's certainly something to be aware of. It's the FA Cup, so the pressure will be on them to get the result. But we know if we perform to our maximum, then I'm sure we'll get a positive result. There's just something special about the City ground in the evening, with that sort of not massively, but just that slight underdog mentality. I think it's going to be a really good game.
With European Cups and league titles, Forest can boast a rich history, but they haven't won the FA Cup for 65 years.
Obviously, not to have won it for so long is crazy for such a big club like Forest. But that's got to excite us players. We're doing really well. It's such a good opportunity to progress, but it's really difficult because for us we're just looking at the next game, and we'll see where it takes us. But the FA Cup is magic, and you have to dream about potentially lifting the trophy because that's what it's all about.
8 ties in total this week. Here are the rest of the 5th round fixtures. At Stamford Bridge, there's a rematch of one of the most fiercely contested cup finals from 54 years ago, when the Blues eventually beat Leeds United after a replay.
Chelsea have won it.
Blackburn host Newcastle at Ewood Park. New Blackburn boss John Eustace will be looking to his in-form forward for further inspiration. No player has more competition proper goals this season than the 5 scored by Sammy Smodics. Bournemouth are hoping to reach the quarter-finals for only the 2nd time since 1957.
Never before has Bournemouth gone so far.
They take on 2021 winners Leicester City. There's a first cup meeting between Liverpool and Southampton in almost a quarter of a century at Anfield. It's 24 years since Messrs Rush, Beardsley and Nicol gave the Reds a 3-0 win at this stage of the competition.
Delicate finish. Beautifully done by Steve Nicol.
Goals from Pedro Neto and Mateus Cunha saw Wolves take the bragging rights in the Black Country derby as they reach the 5th round. Next for them, in-form Brighton. No competition has had an impact on English football quite like the FA Cup. Its appeal has spread worldwide, and those who've made their mark have come from across the globe. This season, we've been analysing that heritage, and this week it's the FA Cup players from North and Central America. In 1873, the 2nd ever final was contested at Lillie Bridge between Wanderers and Oxford University. Julian Sturgis, an American novelist and poet, became the first foreign national to play in and win an FA Cup final. Over a century later, John Harkes was the first ever American to play in a Wembley FA Cup final, as Sheffield Wednesday took on Arsenal in 1993. Harkes was a League Cup winner at the same venue 2 years earlier, but missed out on this occasion as the Gunners pipped Wednesday in both the FA and League Cup finals. It wasn't until the 21st century that another USA international lifted the famous trophy. Goalkeeper Tim Howard was a member of the 2004 Cup-winning Manchester United side in Cardiff.
I'd just come over from New York, and although I was a professional for 5.5 years, nothing compared to that magnitude, playing for Manchester United on that stage, and so it was a bit of a blur in that regard.
he became the second player from the continent to win the competition over 130 years after Sturgis.
Manchester United have won the FA Cup.
In 2020, the first ever Cup final goal by a North American was scored by Chelsea's Captain America, Christian Pulisic.
A goal inside 5 minutes, and it's come from the United States of America.
To be the first American, it's always an honor, of course. Yeah, I'm just looking to go out and make history for this team more so than anything.
The impact of American players has been felt away from finals. In 2018, Nottingham Forest's Eric Lehigh, a defender, scored twice to knock out the holders Arsenal in a third-round upset.
Lehigh is going for another! Eric Lehigh scores 2! And what about that second one?
It was a match that had further significance for the USA international.
In the dressing room, it was Matt Mills at the time. I said, "Oh, what should I name my dog?" Matt goes, "Oh, you should call it Gunner." Instantly, I thought, yeah, that's definitely... It's actually a really good dog name as well. It's good English banter, as they like to say. I'm fully immersed in it now. There he is. There is Gunner. There he is.
Of course, many other North and Central American nations are represented by players who've made a mark in the competition. Trinidad and Tobago forward Dwight Yorke scored 20 FA Cup goals in a career that spanned 5 clubs and 3 decades. He was most famously a member of the Manchester United team that lifted the FA Cup as part of a famous treble in 1999. 2 members of Wigan's 2013 Cup-winning side originated from the continent, Honduras's Roger Espinoza and captain Emerson Boyce of Barbados. The island of Jamaica has produced a number of cup successes, most famously Liverpool winger John Barnes, a 2-time winner who went on to represent England internationally. In 1997, he was followed by Chelsea's Frank Sinclair. And in 2021, Jamaica and Leicester City captain Wes Morgan led the Foxes to their first ever FA Cup final victory.
The FA Cup goes to Leicester City at long last.
Right, quiz time. We show our guests a team sheet from a classic cup tie with a few notable omissions. Can they find the missing men? This week it's Burnley against non-league Lincoln City in 2017.
I remember watching this game.
I am quizmaster, to be fair, on our trips.
Well then, let's see how you do with the Clarets.
Managers,
Sean Dyche?
But Sean Dyche should be the manager then, wouldn't he?
Yeah, Dyche.
Sean Dyche.
Was the manager Dyche?
Yes, that's right, Sean Dyche. An easy one to begin with. So what about the defenders?
2 centre-halves.
Why have you done the centre-backs?
Trying to think now, proper on the spot.
Oh, what's his name again?
Centre-backs, Burnley.
Tarkowski then, that was there then?
It wasn't Tarkowski. No, of course not.
I think is he at Everton now?
The one that's at Everton, Tarkowski.
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 I'm all right. Tarkowski.
Correct, it was James Tarkowski, but who was his partner at the back?
And the other one, there's another one.
The other one, I wouldn't have a clue.
It's hard when all I can think about is Rodri and John Stones and Kyle Walker at the moment. That's all that's buzzing around my head.
Burnley centre-back.
Then me?
Go on, you have to help me.
Keane.
And Keane.
Is it Keane?
Michael Keane, of course.
Was it? Oh, nice.
Right again, Ryan. It was Michael Keane, now playing under Dyche alongside Tarkowski at Everton.
This is when it gets interesting.
Now for Lincoln. We're looking for the match winner and the manager.
I know that one better than the other one.
He went to Norwich.
Can't remember.
I think he was at, was it Raggett?
Raggett.
And Raggett, yeah.
Raggett, I was going to say Raggett then as well. Didn't want to embarrass yourself on camera. Should have gone for it.
You'd have been right, Rob, if you'd stuck to your guns.
Sean Raggett with the header.
Manager is...
Can't remember the manager's name.
Oh, the manager will be...
Oh my God, how have I forgot his name?
I believe at that moment of time, I think the Cowley brothers.
See, the Cowleys were in charge.
The Carlin brothers.
Cowley, yeah.
Danny Cowley. Boom.
Now at Colchester United.
Well done all, it was Danny Cowley, accompanied by his assistant and brother Nicky. A strong effort from everyone, but this week's winners are Luke Berry and Ryan Yates.
Thank you very much.
No, that's good.
Football, general knowledge ain't my expertise.
We're all set for the Emirates FA Cup 5th round. One non-league side still remains as Maidstone United follow in the footsteps of some of the great names of cup football. Can they go one step further and reach the last 8? Well, it's been done before. We'll see you next time.